guys? Taking the wastegates off. Because I'm kind of maxed out on my spring pressure right now. It's only building 12 pounds of boost right now. So we're gonna see if we can take the wastegates off and see if we can add another spring or two. Probably not two, but don't want to go too crazy. I'm having to change the wastegate springs because I'm still on a manual boost controller. I don't plan on switching right away to electronic one. Let's hold some pressure on that so it doesn't just explode in my face. Well, it really wouldn't, but it would feel like it, that's for sure. Look at all that room I have to play. It's all the way up here. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me do that, so yeah. Let me take this one out and start changing some springs. But I'm gonna probably take about half hour to get that one out. All right. I use a C-clamp, hold the wastegate shut, whatnot. Oh my goodness, got the wrong size. Hold on. Hand on it so it doesn't go anywhere. And then drop the C-clamp. Perfect. If I can figure out where to put this. Alright. But yeah, like I said, has dual 6 springs or 6-pound springs in it. Let me look at my pictures on my phone. I think I got a lot more springs, but I have to find out what color and what poundage I'm gonna use. So these are On 3 Performances, big ones. They say these are 8 psi, but I remember that when I originally put them in by themselves, I think I made like 3 or 3.5 psi on wastegate. So I don't know. These on VS Racing, because I don't know, those are VS Racing wastegates. I only have VS Racing because I had issues with the On 3, the boots tore. But anyways, they say these are 7 pounds and they're about the same, so I think I might slip it over just like that. And look at there, I still have room for one more spring. A custom tripod. We're gonna lean you up somehow. Yeah. Perfect. Hopefully nothing bad. Holy smokes. The spring is up there. Make sure the boot doesn't pinch. If you pinch the boot, it's over. You don't make no more boost. It's no bueno. Hey! Oh shit. Woo. Almost lost it, not gonna lie. Shoot. Just gotta commit. Perfect. See? Not that bad. Let's put these in here before something bad does happen. See? Not that bad. Now let's get the other one and then go with the same process. It is going to be on wastegate. It's going to be on like, what is it, like 10 pounds on wastegate?
You're going to end up with 10, 11.
10, 11? I hope it's 10, 11.
I bet it is.
I bet so. Because I put that green one in, which the green one was another 3.5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made 12 so far on the high setting.
All right.
You want the nut and bolt as well?
Well, of course I do.
Probably easier to do this one first then, huh? A lot of pressure in these springs. The clamp all the way up?
Mm-hmm. There.
There you go.
God damn.
I think my hand's going up.
Leave it alone, you're fine.
Oh. Okay. Woo! Good grief.
You'll be alright.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Man up. Put a fuck rag there or something.
I just used the other hand.
Yep. Wait. God damn it, get up.
Oh. Woo. Ready?
Yeah. Dang.
Woo!
I put it in the dumbest place. I couldn't even fit my fingers in there to put the nut on it.
You got a big flat screwdriver?
Might not need your button.
Just wastegate? That'd be sick. Stay. I'm gonna need this. Also gonna get the oil changed out too, since I'm here. Since I'm here already. Never got to use one of this fancy stuff. I do now. Uh-huh. Oh, rookie. Kind of dirty. It's not that bad, actually. Huh. Not too bad. Get that drained out. Forgot to mention, but I change the oil on this car quite frequently just because it's a E85 car. I change the oil as much as I can, try and stay on top of it and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing now. Like I said, it's a little dirty, but it ain't bad. I'm just afraid that the water condensation gets in there every once in a while, so I just try and keep on top of the oil changes. Got the passenger seat out, got the driver's seat out because we're actually working on we have a clutch tamer, it's just I haven't used it the whole time. But we're actually, oh my goodness, yeah, we're using a bank shift Billy. But I haven't had a switch hooked up to it. I guess it needs an actual switch to it, so I tried to use the OEM one, but it's not good enough, so we're gonna see if we can get a switch made up, or we have a switch, but we need a bracket made up. And then leaving the passenger seat out for this weekend. It's about 100 pounds. No. No, it's about like 60 pounds, I think, on these freaking seats. So took one out and then already had the rear seat delete. So yeah, we're gonna see what the car does. We might mount up some bias ply tires as well up in the front, so it matches. A little bit extra weight taken off there too.
probably know when I do mine, I'm buying that one with that big
Yeah. Yeah, don't pull at me. Just get the one that.
I'm gonna.
So you can open the door and everything.
Yep.
Yep. Guess what? Cars in the box again. Very excited this time because the car is going quarter-mile. That's right. We're going to go back to Yellowstone Dragway in Acton, Montana. Great place, by the way. They are a quarter-mile track. I was there during the drag and drive, if you guys followed along. I wanted to grab fourth gear so bad, but wasn't able to. But this event, they got a local race going on. It is Montana versus Wyoming border war. So obviously I'm just there to participate pretty much. Gonna have a good time. The car is running very well. I was able to switch to the bias plies. This style of tire, obviously, if you guys don't know, bias ply front runners are a lot lighter than radials. They're only meant for the track, obviously. But got bias plies all the way around on the car. It's a lot lighter. I also have the passenger seat out, and I don't know if I showed you guys or not. I should have, but I did a rear seat delete on this car as well. Save some weight. The car's on good fuel right now, and yeah, very excited. I'm gonna bring you guys along, of course, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. The car is on more boost. I'm not sure how much it's going to be, but right now, as you can tell, I put those wastegate springs in, and it's going to be kind of spicy on wastegate. It's going to be probably 12 pounds, roughly, and I can't turn it down any more than that. So hopefully it's not too much off the line. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. Right now the weather is beautiful. It's like 50 something degrees right now. So boost weather is here. I think in Montana though, I think it's going to be about 80 degrees, so maybe that'll help me. But yeah, I think the car is going to be seeing upwards of 16 pounds of boost, and this car is going to rip. This is probably the fastest I've ever been on this car for sure. I'm hoping for a 9, anything with a 9, to be honest. I am looking for a certain mile an hour in the 8th and in the quarter mile, but I'll talk more about that at the track. Yeah. Other than that, that's all I can update you guys right now with. Yeah, I took these wheels off. They're light wheels, just heavy tires. Obviously these are just a street setup. But these I ran on the drag and drive, and man, they're not that light. Very nice looking, but I think with the cheaper SVE wheels that I have with the bias ply tires is the way for the weight savings right now. And I can just come back and just put the street setup back on, and everything is good to go. Ready to go racing. You ready, Mike?
I am.
Good.
You doing YouTubing?
YouTube.
YouTube!
Breakfast for guys, or breakfast for champs. I got water. Do you have water?
Fantastic.
Not too bad, huh? Just past Miles City. Nice little picnic. Stopped at a rest area. Yeah, not too bad. Made it. Sure enough. Whoop whoop. Car's a little dirty, but it's out here. Ready to race. Race car stuff. But just got to the pit. Pretty empty right now. We showed up pretty early. Got a couple things to do to the car. Oh, we gotta mess with that switch. We're gonna see if we can get the clutch tamer going. I haven't tested it yet or anything like that, but if I can get it going, I'll test it out today. But if not, then I'll just slip it out like regular. There's giant wasps everywhere. But yeah, you're at Yellowstone. Yes, sir. Got her unloaded and whatnot. Car's in still in one good shape, man. As you can tell, I just took it to go get some coffee. I just measured that just to have fun. This side moved 5 inches, and I measured the other side. Believe it or not, it was one inch off. This side only moved 4 inches right here. So I think when it comes time to put some bead locks, I think I might have some more issues. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but the car was doing crazy stuff at the track. I mean, I was having to drive it, man. Some tires shake because I think I'm losing. I don't think there's enough adjustment on the rear shocks. Yeah. Like I said, it besides the passenger seat and the rear seat delete, it's all there. I mean, pretty much. All right, let's do the video like this, so you guys can see the time slips when I show them. But anyways, I'm gonna do the video like this because at the track I didn't get a lot of footage at the time. I was more worried about the next pass instead of trying to film, and it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was obnoxious this weekend. There's a lot of loud race cars, and the announcer speakers were right next to my trailer. It was echoing, and you couldn't really hear your thoughts, to be honest, when it was starting to flow through. So didn't want to film. So I'm just gonna film now. We're in the garage, you can hear me well. Talk about like what was going on. Obviously made it there safely, had a good time, ran some personal bests. First time going quarter mile. I know what to do with the car, what I need to improve in. It was a great time. A lot of good people. If you're ever curious about going to Yellowstone Dragway, for sure take the trip. It's a great place, great people, and yeah, I guess let's get started into it. Let's just put that down. So at the beginning, here, let's just start from here. When I was running the car on the street, it was making like 12 pounds, 11 and a half, but it was normally closer to 12 pounds on wastegate. And every time I went to the high setting, the button on my steering wheel, it was making high 15s. I think it touched 16 pounds on peak, and I thought I was good. That's where I wanted it to be. I knew the car could run a really good number with that kind of power, and I was just seeing what it can do. Went to the track, and the first couple passes, it made way less boost. It was running like 10 pounds on wastegate, and it was on the button on the high setting, it was making peak 14 or 14.1 on the boost gauge, so it was running around that 13 pounds, high 13s. I guess the elevation had to do a lot with it, and possibly the DA as well. So I didn't take that into consideration. It is what it is. But anyways, first pass, well, I'd show you right here. But first pass, it was a 150 60 foot, so that was a pretty slow 60. 674 at 107 in the eighth. That's pretty average for the car. So far, that's an average. That's what I was doing during the drag and drive with less boost. So I know with less boost, it was going 670s, 660s on a good pass. And I ran it out the back just to see what it would do. And it was a 1037 at 138. So I knew right then and there the car wasn't making the power just because of the mile an hour. Try to look it over at the boost gauge and try and look at the video of the pass. I knew that something was up. So I had to turn up the boost controller and try and run it again. This time, the second pass, this was the second pass. Now I don't know if I did it on this pass or after this pass that I turned up the boost controller. I can't remember. So I think I turned it up because I went a slower 60, and I remember that I pretty much just spun out of the hole. It was 151 with an 860 foot, and it ran a personal bet. I did turn up the boost controller because it showed in the 60 foot or in the 8th mile. This was a new personal best, but it did a 659 at 109. And of course I ran it out the back, and I did a 1030 at 134. And it did 134 because I think I have a video of it, but I did a 3/4 shift, and it didn't feel like I was in 4th gear, and I let out and I got back in it, and that's why I didn't do more than 134 in the mile or in the 8th. I can't talk right now, but it didn't do more than 134 in the quarter. So that was my fault. I didn't know I hit 4th gear. It didn't feel like it. And then I started getting after it in the 60 foot. I had to turn down the launch RPM. I had to turn it down quite a bit, but I normally launch at like 5,900. And I started off the bat launching at 57 or 5,800, and it was just too much. Like I said, it went slower in the 60 foot with the 151, just because it's just too much RPM. So I dropped it down to 56, I believe, 56 or 5,500, and that's when I ran this pass. But it's tricky because this was the first round of elimination. I had 2 test passes, and this was my first pass of elimination. And I was in the stick shift class, and I did not know this until I was going up to the water box, that they were telling me that it's a bracket race. I was like, no, I'm in stick shift class. And they're like, no, you need a dial in. If you're in stick class, you need a dial in. And I knew right then and there, I was like, this is a bracket style race. And I knew I was screwed. Like, I didn't know what to do. The car went 1037 and 1030. And I was like, I turned down the launch. I know it's gonna 60 foot better. And I was gonna get after it. Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I told my buddy Mike that was with me, I was like, try and get a marker and just slap up a number, like a 1028 or something like that. He's like, all right. He put 1028 on my front windshield, and I was like, now I'm in like bracket race mode. Like, now I'm having to like dump the brakes on this guy at the finish line. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. Well, I ran another personal best. This was a 10:03, and you'll see in a couple of videos I took a 1:45 60 foot, which it's not a personal best in the 60, but it is faster than an average. But I did a 6:46 at 109, and that's a personal best. The goal with the car was to go 640s in the 8th, and I already met it. And I grabbed 4th gear. I'm still hauling the mail. I grabbed 4th gear, and I saw this guy. I was reeling him in, and all I could think about is that once I get to his rear bumper, because I was approaching him fast, once I get to his rear bumper, I was going to just dump on the brakes. I was just going to hit him. Just so I didn't break out, because if I go faster than a 1028 than my current dial in, I lose. Well, I hit the brakes. I ended up going 122 mile an hour, which was 10 mile an hour, if not 15. Well, this first pass, or the next pass, I did 138, so it was almost 20 mile an hour slower. So I dumped it, and I still ran a 10:03. At that moment, I was pretty upset. Like I said, I think I should have just ran it out. I think I could have made a lot better choices at the moment. I didn't have enough time to think about it. You know, I could have changed my dial in to a really low number. I could have ran it all the way out and not worry about next round, you know, because I never bracket raced before, nor am I good at it. So I should have just ran it out, to be honest, to get just the 9-second pass that I was looking for, and that would have just been on my day, like, would have been just regular. But instead, I tried to go next round into the next round of elimination, and that wasn't the case. I looked over the video, and the car has single adjustable rear shocks in it right now, and I had to tighten them up from the first 2 passes, because even though I took weight out of the car, it was still pretty loose, because I think leaving on more power, it takes more adjustment to control the rear end. It still has this weird hop at the launch. it's trying to separate too hard or too fast right now. And then when I get out there in the gear change, it feels like I'm going over a speed bump at 50 mile an hour. Like it's just, the rear end is just coming up so hard and then trying to come back down that I think it's just upsetting the car too much, and it's wild. I mean, so hopefully, I mean, we'll see what we can do to help that. So now I'm out. I'm out for, I'm out of the race. I couldn't double entry. I couldn't do anything. I could enter in one class and just be good. So I went back up in a test and tune, and I was like, well, let's go see if I can run my 9-second pass. Didn't touch the boost controller. I didn't change tire pressure. I didn't change nothing. I let it cool off. I went to run it, and because lane 1 was test and tune, and I went back up, and this is what I ran. I don't know if you can see that. I ran a 10:26 at 138. I was like, well, what's going on? I was like, none of the numbers is matching up at all. Like, on my first round of elimination pass, I ran a 6:46 in the 8th at 109. With me not touching anything, I ran a 6:64 at 107. I was like, well, what? I was just confused. I was like, what is going on? My boost controller wasn't even doing anything. Like, it was just making wastegate, and it would give a couple pounds more. So I was like, well, I didn't touch anything. No one else touched it. I was at the car the whole time. It was nothing like that. It's just, I don't know what changed everything. So I went to turn up the boost controller again. I was like, well, maybe something changed. I just don't know what. I didn't turn up the boost controller. I'm sorry. I actually took off the mesh cover. I took off the turbo guard on the turbo. Took it off. I was like, I feel like something's not consistent here. I went up for another pass, and here, let's see here. Let me move these out of the way. I went up for another pass, and it ripped. Like, it was on a mission. Now I'm back to a 140. Well, I did a 145.60 anyways, but did a 6:45 in the 8th, which was a new personal best. I missed third gear. I know. I missed third gear. Oh no, was it fourth? Let's see here. I missed one gear, for sure. I don't remember what it was. But anyways, I missed one of the gears. I don't remember what it was. Because I did 102 in the 8th. And this car, it goes almost 110. Like, so I missed one of the gears. I think I missed fourth, I believe. And I shifted to fourth, ran it out the back. I did 139 with a 10-16. And I was like, that was my 9-second pass again. Like, I just messed up another 9-second pass. So I didn't change anything again. I went to the pits. I was like, the car's fine as it sits. I was like, it don't move it. It's fine. As a matter of fact, me taking this off, this turbo guard, I gained almost 1 pound of boost, and it actually stayed at a more accurate boost level. Like, it didn't like drop really fast to, you know, say like if it went to, it almost went to 17 pounds. It went like 16.8 or 16.7 is what the boost gauge said. And it stayed at 16. Like, it didn't drop below 16 pounds. And I was like, this is awesome. This is great. So, went back to the pits, didn't change a thing. Make sure my tire pressure was set. Didn't change the suspension. That was literally it. I let it cool off, of course, and I went to make a night run. The air is probably a little bit better. It wasn't 85 or 90 degrees, you know. It was like 77 or something like that. It was still 6,500 or something like that, DA. And freaking ran this. I don't know if my finger was caught. No, it wasn't. Yeah. Ran that, and I missed third on this pass for sure. I remember this pass vividly. Missed third gear. I did a 143 60 foot. No clutch tamer, just with the good old left foot. Did a 143 60 foot, a 420 330, which all my other passes were high 420s, if not 430s. Yeah, 432 on this pass too. So I did a 420 and a 330. Like, I was getting after it. And then I missed third. I know. Did a 665 at 100 miles an hour in the 8th. And mind you, with a slower 330, where is it at? Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, this one, 646, right? Oh, 645, right here. Yeah, with a slower, here, I'll just put them side by side. With a little bit slower 330, I did a 645. So that's 420, 330 that I did on that very last pass. It would have been probably a 640 even, like a 640 flat probably. Man, I missed third gear, did a 665 at 100 mile an hour. Fucking crammed it back in third gear, hit the button, got back in it, grabbed fourth gear, and I ran a 1017 at 144 miles an hour on 16 and a half, if not high 16 pounds of boost. It was almost 17, but it stayed in 16 the whole way. Mind you that I'm 12 pounds at this end of the run, the end of this day here, towards the last two passes or so. I was 12 pounds of boost in my first and second gear, and then I used that little button on my steering wheel, and when I shifted to third gear, as soon as I shifted third gear, I grabbed the button and I just let it eat the whole way. I still did 144 out the back. I know if I would have grabbed third with just how the car was that night, it would have been close to 150. I think it would have been for sure another 4 mile an hour faster, for sure, if not 150, because the car was on something. It was a crazy pass. That 143 60 foot, like I said, I'm spinning the tires on the wheels pretty hard. I was having a little bit of tire shake in first gear when I was rolling it out. Had a little bit of tire shake because I think the rear shocks just can't handle it right now. The tires weren't wadding up or anything like that. It was set as a good tire pressure. It was good. Just the rear shocks I didn't have them tight enough, and if I went any tighter, it wasn't going to separate as it needed to. So I actually had to either lower the launch RPM and tighten the shocks just so it can leave. But I mean, it is what it is. And then the 1-2 gear change was ridiculous. It felt like I hit a dead body at 60 mile an hour. So that's what it felt like in the car anyways. Probably doesn't look like it, but it does. Yeah, that car is possibly a mid 9-second car on 16 pounds. It's just, I'm trying to go as fast as I can with cheap parts, and I think I'm finding the limit to it, because with having no bead locks, I don't have wheel screws or anything. I have some right here, but no bead locks, inconsistent boost controller apparently, and just as a driver mod, I'm not doing my job either. I mean, but the car is making power. It's capable of a mid-9 on the same power. I think the car needs a electronic boost by gear boost controller. I'm gonna stay at the same spring pressure. The car loves it, and I love it because I can launch at a lower RPM and use the power to get out of the hole instead of a lot of RPM. So that makes me really excited. Like I said, I'm almost 500 RPM difference, launch difference, and I'm going the same 60 foot, if not faster, with proper equipment. And like I said, some rear shocks, dual adjustable rear shocks is probably needed. I'm probably gonna have to bite the bullet and pay whatever they are nowadays. So like I said, I thought I can get away with $500 for all 4 adjustable, single adjustable strange shocks, and I thought I was just gonna be good. But right now I think I'm finding the limit, especially with the not having bead locks. I think I found the limit there too. And the boost controller, like I said, I don't want to keep opening the hood and twisting knobs and guessing. I think I need to move to an electronic one and just tell the boost controller to add 1, 2 pounds, 4 pounds on the dome, and just let the controller do its thing. And if it doesn't make the boost that I want it to, then I can simply just go to the controller and, hey, I want you to command another pound of boost, or another pound to the dome, and just call it good, instead of me trying to figure out, is it half a turn or is it another full rotation of the boost controller knobs, you know, like where is it at? Because I thought I was just going to be smooth sail. As soon as I have it set here, I was going to go to the new track and just be good, you know, and just figure out suspension wise what it needs. But like I said, it is what it is. I feel like the car has a mid-9 second pass in it at the power level that it's at the weight that it's at. It's just, it needs a little bit better parts on the car, and I think I can do it. So yeah, like I said, I'm sorry about not having as much video at the track. You know, I made sure to get the passes, of course. I got as much passes as I can. I ran all the way until like, it was like 10:30 or 10:45 at night. Like this pass here. Yeah, 10:30. 10:30 at night. So I ran as late as I could. I was tired. I drove like 6 hours there, raced all day, and you know, driving back, I mean, I'm pretty beat. So I don't know when the next time I'll be out again at a track. I might go just to have some fun here or there or something like that, but I don't know. I'm more focused on I gotta have other things going on around here. I'm more focused on getting the parts for the car and just consistently improve on the car. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was a great night. I hit my 640 8th mile ET goal, and it was a great night. I tried to hit the button in second gear, you know, after launching, did the 1-2 shift. I tried hitting the button after that, and it was not going to hook up. It was too much. I just did a rolling burnout and tire shake and all kinds of crazy stuff. So once I started hitting the button in third gear, the car was going a lot smoother. Not smooth as I would like it to be, but it was going smoother. I was going quicker. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, and yeah, hopefully next video the car is going to be rolling. Not the next video, but you know, once we get more track days and whatnot. But once I get the parts and everything, I'll do some videos on that, and yeah, just start cruising the car, just enjoy it like I normally do, and just have a good time. But next time I go to the track, I know what to do and what it needs. So, yep. But like I said, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, hopefully I can do some better videos in the future. I think I'm going to invest in some nice GoPros, and I think it's going to be a lot easier on me to film at the track and everything. And I think the videos are going to be a lot better here soon. So, yep. But like I said, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for experiencing my first quarter-mile track, or first time going quarter-mile with the car and the new setup and everything. And yeah, I appreciate it.